This is Lucas Rinaldi. He knows nothing about basketball, specifically the NBA and its lore. So I am here to teach him some NBA lore, specifically how LeBron James ruined basketball.
I thought we loved LeBron James.
Some people do.
Do you?
It depends on the day.
Okay.
You'll find out. You're gonna decide for yourself at the end of this.
Sure.
The answer to the question: did he actually ruin basketball?
Okay.
I'm gonna need your thoughts after I've laid out all the information for you.
But he certainly changed basketball.
That is for sure.
So you're saying there's a before LeBron James and an after LeBron James in basketball?
Yes.
Great. Okay.
And we will get there.
Okay.
If you're willing to ride the ride.
I'm ready. I'm strapped in.
Okay,
I
because you
meet
gotta
the
be
height
this tall.
requirements. I'm sitting down, but if I stood up, I'd definitely,
All right. I have a bad, depth perception.
You got hit in the eye.
Right. Got hit in the eye twice.
Yeah.
Well, let's get into it. Here's some important info, okay? Pre-NBA, which is LeBron before the NBA, okay?
Oh.
Now, through his high school years, he was a superstar. And that was very rare for an entire country to know about a high school basketball player. And he was well known. He averaged 28 to 30 points per game, which for a high school student is ridiculous. And he won 3 state championships. And he lost the championship his junior year. So he won his freshman, sophomore, lost his junior, won his senior year for the state of Ohio.
Okay.
His junior year, okay, he gets the Sports Illustrated cover and gets anointed the chosen one. Okay? So he's not even a professional athlete. He is a high school student. Okay? And he is anointed by Sports Illustrated as the chosen one. That he is going to be the next star, the next great basketball player.
And that's the year they lost states.
Correct.
Wow.
So that's how good he was.
Right.
And he's 17 years old. It was crazy. So this was 2002, 2003 is his senior year, okay, of high school.
So when I think of basketball, 2 names come to mind. Him and, of course, Michael Jordan.
Yeah.
And I think I've heard a lot of people say Michael Jordan or him. Like they have that conversation.
Yes.
Why are people saying he's the chosen one if Michael Jordan already happened?
You are right on it. You are so on it. Because guess what?
What?
2003 brings some big news. 2003 big events. Pre-draft. Syracuse wins the national title. Carmelo Anthony leads Syracuse to their first and only national title.
Oh.
Carmelo Anthony is the guy in college basketball. He is the best player. Everyone is like, this guy is the next NBA great. Meanwhile, LeBron is in high school people are saying he's the next great. So there's kind of this rivalry going on in the media, in basketball, talk shows, whatever, about who's going to be the first pick in the draft, who's going to be better. This all happens, this is in April that they win the title, okay? Basketball for high school is over. LeBron and Melo are now going to be in the draft, okay? End of this NBA season. Michael Jordan retires from the game of basketball. Huge. He's on the Wizards at this point. He's really not what he used to be. He is still obviously Michael Jordan, but he's not the same player that he was in his prime.
Right.
And as you said, many people at this point in time are just firm he's the greatest player of all time. Right. Michael Jordan is the greatest basketball player to ever win, to ever play, to do all of it. He won 6 titles, okay? 3-peated both of them, won 3 years in a row, played baseball for 2 years, came back, won 3 more championships in a row.
Oh my God, it was after he quit to play baseball?
Yes, he ruled the 90s. The 90s were just Michael Jordan.
That's crazy.
Yes. So him retiring is huge. And there's this like, what's next? Like, what's going to happen with the league? Who's going to be the guy? A lot of people were like, Kobe and Shaq are there, so probably just them. But everyone's got their eyes on these young bucks coming in.
Right.
Okay? And so basically there's this uncertainty in the world of basketball right now. This is the 2003 NBA draft. So big suits.
I was going to say Carmelo.
They wore big suits.
Does he have his shoulder pads underneath that?
Yeah, basically. So it was big suits back then. People consider this to be the greatest draft class in history. These four are going to be very important names to remember through the rest of this presentation.
Okay, I've never heard of Chris Bosh.
Okay.
I've of course heard of Dwayne Wade.
Yes, right.
It feels good coming out of the mouth.
It does. Dwayne Wade feels really good coming out of the mouth.
Yeah. His parents were cooking when they came up with that one.
Yes, exactly. His wife loves to eat his butt.
Is that
That's true.
Do we know about
That's
that?
a fact. And he got mad that she brought it up on a podcast. These are their picks. So LeBron goes first before Carmelo. There's a guy that goes in between them. We don't even know his goddamn name. Nobody remembers him. Nobody knows his name. He doesn't matter.
Okay.
But the team that picked wanted a center, and he was just a big guy.
Okay.
So it doesn't matter. Yes.
LeBron has not gone to college.
No.
He's right out of high school.
Correct.
Carmelo played college.
Right.
Did he play all 4 years?
No. So Carmelo plays 1 year, wins a title, goes to the draft.
He's only a year older, really.
He's only a year older than LeBron. Yes.
Gotcha.
And LeBron skips
college
entirely because he's so good he can go right to the NBA. He doesn't need to go to college.
Okay, so if Carmelo was filling out an application for a job, he'd say some college.
He'd say, I went to Syracuse.
But like
year.
he doesn't have like a degree.
Right. Yeah, no degree.
Some highest level
actually,
of
he has an
education.
honorary degree.
Well, that's from Syracuse.
From Syracuse,
That's very cool.
They gave him an honorary
That's
degree.
very cool.
So,
all right.
So he's the third pick, okay?
Yep.
And this is like everyone kind of knew LeBron was going to go first. But everyone knew Carmelo might be the better, if not equal pick, okay?
Yep.
Chris Bosh goes fourth. Chris Bosh is an amazing power forward. Sometimes can play the five, but he is like amazing as well. And Dwayne Wade is a ridiculous point guard, like so good. This class is unbelievable. But at the time, we didn't know that was going to be an unbelievable class, right? It took a while for all of these four people to become superstars,
right? For
us to look back and go, "Oh my God!"
Yeah, I mean, even look at Dwayne Wade. He's not sure if people are going to know if he's a basketball player. He has to hold the ball to remind people.
Yeah,
I play basketball.
At this time, they're buddies. Okay, they're all really close with each other, except for Dwayne Wade and Melo, because Melo was the guy in college, and Dwayne Wade was like, I was supposed to be the guy.
Okay.
His team, Marquette, loses in the tournament where Syracuse wins. Okay, so he's kind of mad. Dwayne Wade is a little bit pissed because he's like, I'm supposed to be the guy. But now they're all going to different teams, and they're going to play against each other at the highest level. What's really important to note is that LeBron is from Ohio. Right outside of Cleveland, he gets drafted by the Cleveland Cavaliers.
Sure.
So it's kind of like divine intervention. Like he gets picked to be in his hometown and be the savior of his hometown, finally bringing a championship to Cleveland. Like that's what people are thinking. They're
Right.
like, he's going to be the guy. And all of this pressure is on him because he's going to Cleveland.
Have they never had one?
No, correct.
Wow.
Melo goes to the Nuggets in Denver. Chris Bosh goes to the Raptors. Dwayne Wade goes to the Miami Heat.
Maybe I'm jumping ahead.
No, go ahead.
I think of LeBron and the Miami Heat. Was he not on the Miami Heat?
We're going to get there. We are going to get there.
Okay.
Because it comes, but the way we get there, it's incredible how crazy it is.
Journey, not the destination.
Correct. So you just gotta believe in me where I'm taking you. Okay.
I trust you completely.
Let me
Professor.
lead you to Mordor.
Oh, okay. Sure. If that's where, I guess Heat, hot, Mordor. Makes sense to me. Sure.
These are the four people to know. Okay. Because right now things are great in the league. You got it. You got all four of them.
It's just confusing because there's 1 through 5.
So the 2 isn't gone. You just don't even think about 2. It doesn't matter. It's a white man.
Oh, that kind of clears it up.
LeBron then dominates the league while he's at Cleveland. Okay? He is there from 2004 to 2010. That's 6 whole years in Cleveland, which is like insane looking back because we forget about this time period of LeBron. Like, he is destroying everybody. 15,000 points in 6 years. That's ridiculous. He averages 27.8 points per game, all right? That's about the same as he was in high school, but now he's playing in the NBA. He was playing like, you played high school basketball. Imagine LeBron playing you. He could have scored 500 points a game. He's doing the same thing he did in high school,
all right,
but in the NBA.
Yeah. So I'm trying to keep up.
Yeah, no, keep up.
So to him, the difficulty of high school and the league are the same.
It felt like,
in some sense.
It was
just
like,
that good.
He's just that good. He can do his thing regardless of where he's playing.
All-Star, is he winning championships?
So, all right, now hold on. Now you're getting ahead of yourself.
I'm sorry.
You're getting ahead of yourself, and it's not okay. He's a 6-time All-Star, all right? He was voted an All-Star for 6 years by the NBA fans, so All-Star votes are by
That's
the
every
fans.
year.
Correct. And he was also voted a 6-time All-NBA player. So at the end of each season, the NBA, like, talking heads or whatever, they vote on who, like, the best players are in the league. And he was voted every year to be in the top 5.
Sure. Wow.
He was Rookie of the Year in his rookie season. He somehow wins the Rookie of the Year, even though Carmelo's stats were better. Because Carmelo scored 2 more points per game than him, had more assists, had a better shooting percentage. So all of these stats on paper was like, Carmelo Anthony should be Rookie of the Year. LeBron James, because he's LeBron James, wins Rookie of the Year. Because they're like, it's kind of fan servicing. Everybody loves LeBron.
Right.
LeBron's the chosen one. He has to win Rookie of the Year.
Right.
We can't anoint him the chosen one and then not give him Rookie of the Year.
He's the
and have
guy.
him fail.
He's the guy.
Right. In 2009, he wins his first league MVP. All right, so 2009, and then the next year in 2010, he wins his second MVP. Now, at this point, you can kind of feel LeBron's ego is skyrocketing. Okay? LeBron wins Rookie of the Year knowing damn well he shouldn't have. Okay? So he knows he can get away with murder. The league's going to give him shit just because he's LeBron James. Okay? He only needs to do the bare minimum to really be LeBron James. And so he is getting amazing press, amazing media coverage. People are loving LeBron. Here's the thing. LeBron is starting to get unhappy.
Oh.
He's not winning chips. He's got no championships to show for it. So, you can be a great player and still never have won a championship. LeBron was like, that's not me. So yeah, he's dominating.
He hasn't won once.
Right.
How good is he?
Right.
He's not winning.
Exactly. LeBron and the Cavs in 2007-2008 season. So this is before he wins his MVP. Okay. He loses to the Spurs in the finals. So he makes the finals with the Cavs and he loses. Now the Spurs were an elite team. They were incredible.
They were good.
So good. LeBron had nobody on that Cavaliers team. Literally jack squat to help him. It really was him carrying everybody. But this was his first taste of the finals.
Sure.
His team gets destroyed. And there's only so much he can do.
Is he crying?
Yeah, he's crying. It's a little cry. LeBron is a crier, by the
Really?
way. Loves a good cry. Yeah.
I won't judge a man for crying.
You shouldn't. And you shouldn't.
Yeah. This is his life. He was the chosen one and he lost the finals,
Yeah, right. Exactly.
That's tough.
This happens and he's like, I'm going to be even better. And that's when he goes and wins his MVPs. He wins 2009 MVP, 2010 MVP because he's genuinely so pissed, right? And so now, at this point, he's made a finals, all right? He is MVP 2 years in a row, back-to-back MVP, but no championships. And so he's at an all-time high frustration-wise. He's like, I'm mad. I don't like that I'm getting no help from management of this team. Like, our coaching sucks. Everything sucks. Our players suck. Like, I need help. I can't do it all on my own. At the end of 2010, when he wins his MVP, LeBron is a free agent. LeBron can go anywhere he wants. It's a huge deal. LeBron is thinking about teaming up with some of his past draft class.
Oh.
Chris Bosh and Carmelo Anthony are also free agents. They can sign with whatever team.
Because they're that big.
Just because they're free agents now. They're not tied to a contract. Their contract with their team has ended.
Right.
So now they can go anywhere and they can choose anything. So they're in like, talks with people.
Okay.
So everyone's really confused. We're like, what's going to happen? Where are they going to go? LeBron, the dramatic person he is, sets up a live interview on ESPN to announce where he's going. And that's called The Decision.
Oh.
It is a video of him deciding where he's going to go in free agency. And he says the famous quote, "I'm going to take my talents to South Beach." He's going to Miami.
Miami with Dwayne Wade.
With Dwayne Wade. Now, Dwayne Wade is the current point guard of Miami. While LeBron has been destroying in Cleveland, Melo, Bosh, and Wade have all been dominating on their team. Now, something to note, Dwayne Wade had already won a chip in Miami. So Dwayne Wade already has one. So the other three are pissed.
With Shaq?
Yes.
Shaq's still playing at this point?
He was.
Okay.
Yes. Dwayne Wade has a chip. Melo doesn't have a chip. LeBron doesn't have a chip. Bosh doesn't have a chip. Everyone's like really pissed off. Okay. They're like, how the hell did the fifth guy win a chip before the four of us or the three of us won a chip, right?
Right.
But you also have to remember they're friends. Like I said in the beginning, they're all buddies.
Are they still hanging?
Friends, still buddies. They hang out all the time. They literally will go on vacations together.
Oh my God.
Off season, like they are pals.
Even though LeBron is like a drama queen about everything?
Right, correct.
He had to make everything about him?
Right.
With the decision?
Right. Nobody else did this.
Nobody else got the decision?
Correct.
Only LeBron.
Just the chosen one got the decision. This is when the hate for LeBron starts.
There's hate.
Yes. This is where LeBron haters begin to form. Before this, there weren't really LeBron haters. There were, but they had no reason. Now they have a reason. He decides to leave Cleveland and go to Miami to ring chase. And this is how LeBron ruins basketball. We get the big three.
Oh.
Here's where things get real messy, my friend. This is like reality TV at its best. Dwayne Wade is on the Heat. All right? LeBron decides, I'm going to go to the Heat. Now, LeBron and Carmelo Anthony were talking about getting him to the Heat. So the three of them it would be LeBron, Dwayne Wade, and Carmelo.
Right.
That was the plan. It falls through. Carmelo is not going to go to Miami. He gets kind of screwed out of this deal by Denver. And so then they're like, let's get the next best thing. Let's get Bosh. And now they have what is called a super team. Yeah. This is the first iteration of a super team through free agency, not through the draft.
Right.
So this is a team that the only person they drafted was Dwayne Wade. And now they have LeBron James and Chris Bosh. They are two unstoppable forces. The three of them together are unstoppable. That is what people are thinking. They're like, this is the end. This is the end for basketball. Like, they are going to kill everybody. No one stands a chance. They're just going to be the greatest team to ever play.
So people are mad.
They're
mad that they put together a team like this.
Lucas, people are furious. People are so mad that LeBron goes to Miami because they're like, you don't want to do it the hard way. You don't want to win a championship the hard way in your hometown, in the city that drafted you. You don't want to do that? You don't want to help us? How dare you go to Miami and play because you think your chances of winning a championship is better for you? They start to hate him for that. Right. No loyalty. He's all about himself. He's a drama queen. Like, all of this started. If you look at three people together on the same team that were in the top 5 of a draft class, what would you think might be an issue?
Who's getting the ball?
Right.
Who's getting the ball?
Right.
Who's scoring buckets?
Exactly.
Who's passing?
Who's the leader?
Who's the leader?
Who's the number one guy?
Right. Ego.
Because these are all number one guys on their own teams when they first started.
Right.
How do you do that? How do you have a big three work?
I have a question for you just real quick.
Of course.
Do any of them make their way to the Vikings at any point?
The Vikings?
They play are they just not very good at this point? Is that why we're not talking about them?
No. So that's a different sport.
But Michael Jordan played a baseball team, play against a baseball team as basketball?
Oh, pal. No.
I think if we just keep going,
I think you're just getting a look. Maybe we work it out. Maybe we'll come around.
I think maybe it'll. Okay.
People are hating LeBron James. Okay?
Right. Where's the loyalty at?
Exactly. So the big three are this, like, basically they view them as gods. They're like, they're about to destroy everyone in the league. Now, it's probably a little disrespectful to the other players, right? You're thinking, as a player, oh, this team is going to destroy all of us?
Yeah. What about Carmelo?
At the beginning, things seem amazing. First ever super team. Everything seems awesome. You know, domination. Literally, like, this is the most famous pick ever. It's him throwing a lob to LeBron and slamming it down. And then, like, sick. Making this, like, yeah.
So, and LeBron's, like, 60 feet in the air.
Yes, literally. It's crazy.
That is a sick photo. They're the only two people, like, with color.
Yep. Everyone shows this picture when they talk about, like, one of the coldest basketball photos ever.
That's cold,
taken.
Dude. That's hard.
First year in Miami is 2011, but his second two, he wins his two other MVPs, league MVPs, okay? He wins his third and fourth, which is his last MVP, okay? Was 2012, 2013. Now he's averaging 26.9 points per game. It's going down. That's because he's having to share the ball more. LeBron-y boy doesn't like to share the ball. Okay. Just something to hold, especially right now.
He's not a passer.
Because this is his prime, okay? He is like the guy. He knows he's in his athletic prime. That's why he went to Miami, because he's like, I need to be with other guys in their primes so we can win a chip. They make it to the finals. Okay?
This is in 2011.
2011. They make it to the
first
finals.
year.
First year.
Gotcha.
First year together, they made it to the finals. So they're like, perfect. This is working.
This is what we thought.
But they're working out the kinks. The Heat, shockingly, like, they are stunned, lose to the Mavericks in the finals their first year. They were not supposed to lose. They were supposed to destroy everybody and win. They lose 4 games to 2.
Went to game 7.
No, 6.
Went to game 6?
Yeah, went to game 6. So that was huge. People are just chomping at the bit for this. They love it. They're so happy. They're like, fuck this team. They thought they could do this to us. They thought they could win a championship the easy way. Like, there's no way they're ever going to win a chip.
Idiots. Right.
Come on. It's their first year together. You think that's the year they're going to win? Probably not. They already made it to the finals a first year. Imagine that. That's crazy. The next year, they immediately come back. They win their first chip.
Great.
This is LeBron's first championship. He also wins the finals MVP.
Wow.
Okay. And in this game, he beats the Thunder. The Thunder is an incredibly young team with a young Kevin Durant, a young Russell Westbrook, a young James Harden. They lose to LeBron and the Heat because of more experience, and they're just a juggernaut, right? All those players that I just mentioned, they weren't who they are now at that time. They were like really young players.
Right. They were like them 10...
Right, exactly.
9 years ago.
Yeah. In this second year, it was game over. It was what people thought was going to happen. They demolished everybody. They gentlemen sweep the Thunder, okay, which is you give them one game, and then you sweep them.
A gentleman's sweep, okay.
Like, no team stands a chance. Now, for me, that's not good for basketball. That's not good and fun for people to watch, okay? I want to see competition. I want to have a question of who could win this year? Who could win the chip? It's so crazy. Like, my team might have a shot. There was no shot.
Right.
There was no shot at this for anybody, okay? He's on the Heat, and I think something really important to note is at the time when everyone went to Miami, Carmelo, goes to New York and plays on the New York Knicks.
Of course.
And so every year, it feels like every year, the Heat, all 3 of them, beat the Knicks in the playoffs. Oh. And so Carmelo has to live that out every year, being beaten by the Heat with all of his friends that wanted him to come play with them, but they couldn't because of legality and shit. So like, he has to live with that all the time, and that to me is heartbreaking.
Pretend like he's chill.
Right.
Yeah.
Because he's also, I think he's always been just as good, if not better than LeBron James, one-on-one with the basketball in hand. But he just never had a team. Oh. He never had a team to where he could like beat.
He never got a chip.
No.
Melo's still today.
Yeah, he retired and he has no championships.
Wow.
Yeah, and people think that That obviously would not have been the case if he had gone to Miami. And people think that if he goes to Miami, LeBron and the Heat win every year. Like LeBron and Carmelo together, they win every year. They don't lose to the first year. They keep winning.
Right.
And they could win until the end of time, basically.
Until somebody leaves the team.
Exactly.
Whatever.
So things are amazing for LeBron right now. Things are really bad for basketball. And that's why people are mad.
Okay, right. Because there's no chance for any other team.
Yes.
It's almost like, why am I watching?
Exactly.
Why do I care if we have the big three after the decision down in South Beach?
Yep. I'm proud of you for coming around.
Thanks, man. That happened in 2010.
So viewership's down, though. Because people are genuinely thinking to themselves.
Actually, viewership's down.
Viewership's down. Because imagine you're in a spot, like you just said, where why would I watch my team get destroyed and humiliated every week? Why would I do that?
I don't know.
Yeah, it doesn't make any sense. But the Heat are having a great time. LeBron's having a great time. He won his first chip.
Yeah.
He's so excited.
Well, yeah, this is on top of the world.
Right.
He's on the best team in the world.
Yep.
And does he play point guard? Do they share point guard?
So the point guard is Dwayne Wade, and then he rotates. He's forward sometimes, but usually he's playing guard.
Sure.
And then Bosch is switching from the 5 and the 4 positions. So they're always like on the court together.
Oh, yeah.
Here comes the next 2 years. A little trouble in paradise, but it starts with a bang. They win a second chip the next year.
Great.
They win the championship.
Of course.
And they have Ray Allen added on the team, okay? And Ray Allen is like a really veteran player, great shooter. There's a very famous clip of him hitting a Game 6 shot that sends it to like a Game 7. This team is the best team, in my opinion. 2013. They are unstoppable.
Right.
And they beat the Spurs, who LeBron lost to when he was with the Cavs. So it was kind of like revenge.
Right.
He had this like anger to him. Okay. There's like this picture of him like this. And you can only see like, and he's fucking pissed. And he's about to go off and like just score 50 points. Like,
this is before, during the games.
Yes.
When he's like, I'm going to win.
Yes.
I'm winning.
Yeah.
And this is 2013.
This is 2013.
So this is the year LeBron releases his LeBron 13s.
Correct. Yeah.
And I think he's wearing them in that picture.
I think he is. I think those are them.
I'm pretty sure these are those.
That's crazy. How did you have the LeBron 13s?
My dad thought I'd be better than I was.
Wow, dude, that's sick.
Do you see how
LeBron,
unused they are?
He needs the LeBron 28s.
That's what I need is LeBron.
He needs the LeBron
Dad,
28s.
can I please have the LeBron 28s?
Your feet need them. You're strong. The soles are gone in those.
No, dude, untouched. I got benched that year. Are you kidding me? Dumb question. Is he still playing?
LeBron?
Yeah.
Yes.
He's still playing.
He's still playing. What's this year?
2026.
Correct. This is 2013.
13 years ago.
Yeah.
So this is halfway into his career.
Correct.
No cookies.
We'll get to that.
Okay.
We'll get to that. So obviously, trouble in paradise, Lucas. They win their second chip. They make it back to the championship, but they lose. The Spurs get their revenge. Okay, they re-revenge. So it was like LeBron got revenge, but then they re-revenged. Like, take that, LeBron. And they come back and beat them. And look, LeBron's pissed. Okay,
he's like, well, man, what's going on?
He's getting mad.
What's happening?
But what's really frustrating at this point is that LeBron's mad, but he's on the greatest team in like the world.
Ever.
You're on the best team. You should win. So maybe that's a reason to be mad. Like, we should be winning. That's a reason to be frustrated.
Sure.
But at the same time, I'm like, you're on the best team. Get over it. Why are you pissed off?
He has everything.
Literally everything. He's in Miami. Okay, not Cleveland anymore. Here's something bad that happens. The coach takes away LeBron's cookies. Says, LeBron, no more cookies.
What does that mean?
LeBron would eat cookies on the way to games on the jet, and the coach was like, no more cookies.
You're kidding.
Not kidding.
Wait, LeBron...
Coach Spo said, no more cookies, LeBron. And LeBron was like, what the fuck?
It can't be real.
It's real.
This
is real. You can look it up.
No way is this like a reality show. Yes.
That's reality.
I think that seals the deal for me. That's the...
He had his cookies, and they took the cookies
And they took
away.
the cookies.
They said, no more cookies, LeBron.
Not a crumb left, not even for a mouse.
Correct, and not even for a
LeBron James, not
Yeah.
even for
It's
LeBron.
insane. So they lose. Things are bad. This is the 4th year in Miami.
More cookies.
Okay.
Okay.
Now, of course, you would think to yourself, this is a team that's made the finals 4 straight years in a row.
Yeah.
That doesn't happen. It has happened in the past, but it rarely does.
They're the best team in football.
Right. They're the best. Basketball.
Sure. Yeah.
They shoot baskets.
That's what I said.
They shoot baskets.
With their feet.
They're not kicking balls for touchdowns.
Now hold on that one.
Yeah.
Something was up with that one.
I don't know what you mean.
But I think let's make an agreement to just move on.
Let's move on. I like where your head's at, though. Keep it in the game. Now, if you're in this position, you're thinking to yourself, I'm on the greatest team in the world. I'm not going to leave. That'd be so dumb. We're going to keep winning. We're going to keep going.
Sure.
Not if somebody takes my cookies away.
Oh.
LeBron goes back to Cleveland.
They don't want him back.
Nope.
There's no way. Dumb move.
I'm coming home. Tell the world I'm coming home. He goes back to Cleveland. He's 4-time MVP at this point. He has 2 chips. He was on the greatest team, people are saying, ever assembled at this time. And he's like, I'm going back to Cleveland. I'm going to do it the hard way now. People are like, LeBron,
Okay.
you're clearly just pissed because you didn't win another chip, okay? You're mad at everyone on the team. You have to share the ball more. So he
wanted his cookies.
He thinks of himself as a savior. He's coming home to Cleveland to bring them a chip finally. Right?
He's like a white lady adopting another race's child.
Correct. Literally, yes.
Yeah.
I'm going to make everything great for you.
This is LeBron's burden.
Yes.
Bringing
exactly.
civilization back to the Cavaliers.
Cleveland. Cleveland fans are cautiously optimistic. They're like, you hurt us once, then you left and you had some really great sex with that other person. And you got your first 2 kids. Now you're going to come back to us because you realize that the parenting style isn't great with your partner. And now you want to come back to us, and even because you realize that we're your real home and you love us.
Right.
I don't know if I should do that. I don't know if people are going to look at me the same if I take you back.
Right. Like the abusive boyfriend.
Exactly.
Yeah.
But they do. They take him back
To take the risk.
because he only had a 4-year deal in Miami. He decides to move and go back to Cleveland.
Sure.
I think a part of LeBron felt bad that he left. But more than that, he realized what the storyline could be if he goes back and wins a championship in Cleveland.
You can see the worry in his hairline.
Correct. His hairline, you can see it progressively move. It's bad. He's basically bald now.
I think it started with the decision from what the pictures I've been seeing.
Yeah.
It's
stress.
like normal.
Yep.
He's excited.
Yeah.
And now he's like, all right, if I can do what I can to keep my cookies
Yeah.
and prevent my hair from getting any worse, I know what he looks like now.
Yeah.
That didn't work. That didn't work.
I just love the cookies.
Cookies is so funny.
I love that some people, because it's like a joke now that people say well, LeBron left Miami because of the cookies.
Because the cookies, it took
People
his
took his
cookies
cookies away. And he's like, yeah, I'm fucking out of here. I'm going back to Cleveland. They never take my cookies away. People in Cleveland love cookies.
They love. Well, of course they do. Of course they do. That's my favorite thing about this so far is the cookies. And it's the part I relate to the most.
Yeah.
I think I would also leave.
Yeah.
My coach took my cookies away.
I'm eating my cookie. I'm the star on the team.
I'm buying
was
cookies
he?
later for sure.
Yeah.
I'm very excited too.
At this time, the super team is disbanding. Okay.
Sure.
But the rest of the league just saw what the Heat did. They saw super teams work. Okay? Super teams work. This is where LeBron ruining basketball really comes into play. Him going to Miami shows that super teams are the way.
That's if you want to win.
That's how you win a championship. You need 3 superstars on your team in order to win a championship. Cleveland round 2. All right. It's 2015. All right. In 2015, it's crazy how there's a divide in tenure. There's LeBron with the Heat, 2015 Cavs, and that's peak LeBron, in my opinion. So LeBron goes back to Cleveland and he teams up with rookie Kyrie Irving and Kevin Love, who's a veteran. Okay. Now, this team is much worse than the Heat.
Okay.
Much worse than the Heat. They're still good. Kyrie's amazing, but he's still learning. He's still growing. He's a young player. Kevin Love is really good as well, but he's not like... They're no Dwayne Wade or Chris Bosh at this time. Kyrie becomes amazing, but he's like not that right now.
He's a young buck.
Right, but this team is still good because you have LeBron. He can carry a team anywhere.
Sure.
Heavy, heavy pressure on LeBron right now, though. He's back in Cleveland. The fans are demanding a championship. They're saying, you are coming back here because you think you can win. Go do it. Because if you don't, we're gonna be pretty mad. It's made very clear that he needs to win a championship. They're excited that he's back.
He's got to prove
You better bring us something.
Right.
Show your quality.
Show
your quality.
A chance for Captain LeBron to show his quality.
Right. So people are really happy. They're like, all right, the Heat is disbanded. Super teams are done. Nobody else is going to do a super team now. Of course. Why would they do that? That's so crazy. LeBron and the Cavs are going to go win a chip.
Of course.
There couldn't possibly be any reason. There could be no roadblocks that would get in the way of LeBron winning a chip in Cleveland. No. Definitely nothing. Not even a little bit. Not even a single person. Oh. Steph Curry. Steph Curry over on the West Coast is coming up. And the Golden State Warriors are so good. But they were so good through their draft. They drafted Steph Curry, Klay Thompson, and Draymond Green. And that was their big three, but they didn't do it like LeBron did.
Right.
Where they were free agents and they decided where they wanted to go with their buddies and win championships. They were building. And Steph Curry at the time was not viewed as the greatest shooter of all time. He is now. But you're like, this guy's going to stop LeBron James?
With the big front teeth? No way.
No way. He can't stop him. Au contraire. The 2015-2016 finals. This is a huge part of the
He gets them to the finals?
So LeBron gets the Cavs to the finals, which is already a feat. Okay? People are like, how the hell did he do that with the team he has? And the Warriors make it to their first finals. This is the beginning of the Steph Curry-LeBron rivalry between the Warriors and the Cavs.
They had a rivalry?
The biggest, in my opinion. It is Steph and LeBron is the biggest rivalry in basketball at this time.
Sure. Bigger than like, I don't know, let's say like Jeter and Big Papi.
Oh, yes. I'd say equivalent at this time. Yeah.
Did they play each other at any point? Did they play the Yankees or the Red Sox? The Cavs or the...
No, they don't. They don't do that. It's different. That's a different league. That's a different league.
Like,
are you paying
It's like national versus American?
Nope.
The National League?
This is East and West. We're talking NBA. Basketball?
Yeah, we're talking basketball.
Okay, then let's keep talking basketball then. They don't play the Red Sox or the Yankees.
They don't play the Yankees at all?
No, that's a summer thing.
Oh, wrong season.
Wrong season.
I'm sorry. Go ahead.
That's another thing. I didn't mean to yell at you. I didn't mean to yell at you like
silly
that.
Question.
You were just really pissing me off. So I'm sorry.
Oh, that's my fault then.
Yeah. No, I appreciate you saying
No, that's my fault that you got mad.
He makes it to the finals, LeBron.
Yeah.
And they're like, what, are you kidding me? This little dweeb is going to stand in the way? This little team called the Warriors? Who are they? They beat the Cavs 4-2. And they're like, oh shit, the Warriors are good. The Warriors are really fucking good. They are unstoppable. Steph Curry and Klay Thompson, they don't miss. Okay? They take shots that you're like, who's taking this? Why would you take that shot? That's crazy. People say that Steph ruined basketball because of that. Because he started shooting from way outside the arc and making them. So now all these kids are growing up shooting like Steph Curry. The next year, this is when it becomes a rivalry. Okay? Because again, the Warriors and the Cavs make the finals.
Wow.
Okay? Second year in a row, the two of them make the finals. 2016, LeBron wins in Cleveland. The Cavaliers win in 7 games. Okay?
Whoa.
They win. This is LeBron's 3rd championship.
He's crying.
He's sobbing.
He's ugly crying.
There's this picture of him in like falling down, crying on the court. And then when he gets the trophy, he's like, Cleveland, this is for you. It's a whole fucking to-do, you know? But this is the one that means the most to him. I will say that. It's very clear that it means the most to him. It's for his home city. Like, it's a big deal for him. It really is. And it was so hard to beat the Warriors. Like, it went 7 games. Like, it was very hard for them. Now, Draymond Green on the Warriors got suspended and couldn't play in the finals. And he was their best defender. So that was a little bit of a problem, okay? But that doesn't negate the comeback that the Cavs had and the way that they played. Because they really just, their guts poured out. This is when Kyrie Irving becomes like a star. He's amazing in these finals. This is huge. Like, LeBron finally wins it again. He's like, I'm unstoppable now. I beat the Warriors. They're the best team in the league.
Yeah.
I beat them. Everything's great. No one can ever beat me again. Enter Kevin Durant.
No.
Yes. It feels like Pokemon. There's always a new one. And it's like, I'm the best now. And then there's another one. And there's a new young buck that wants to beat you.
This one's the best
everyone
now.
Wants to beat LeBron because he's the best.
Right. Right.
Enter Kevin Durant. Now, remember, super teams. Okay? Super teams are how you win, apparently.
Right.
Kevin Durant is on the Oklahoma City Thunder. His rookie contract ends. It was like a 7-year contract or whatever. It ends. He decides to go to the Warriors.
Oh.
And join.
With Steph.
With
Mr. Curry.
Yes. And also Klay Thompson and Draymond Green. So now there are 4 players who are unbelievable on the same team. And they are now considered the greatest team ever assembled.
Wow, okay.
And people are just as mad at Kevin Durant for going to Golden State to ring chase as LeBron was. But LeBron, of course, is pissed. Because he's like, I have to now play the Warriors with Kevin Durant? But like, Kevin's like, well, LeBron did it. LeBron went to Miami and he won his chips. Why would I not go to the Warriors? Right. They're the best team. I'd like to play on the best team. I'm going to go do that. And I'm going to win.
Fair enough.
And that's what they do.
Wow.
2017, 2018, heartbreak for LeBron.
Oh, I know that. I know that picture.
Yep.
Look how upset he is.
Yep.
The taste of his own medicine.
Durant goes to the Warriors, and they are dominant. 2017, they win 73 games. Just destroy. I think they lost 6, maybe. They just destroy them. They destroy the Cavs. It's a 4-1. They both make it.
Oh my God.
Finals 4 years in a row. Cavs versus Warriors. That's why it's a rivalry, because every year they made the finals. Steph and Kevin Durant beat LeBron in 2017, and then 2018 it's a humiliation. They lose. They get swept. The Cavs don't win a game against them.
Damn.
They are so
not even a gentleman.
So fucking good. Yeah. This was a gentleman's complete sweep. And this is a very famous scene of they had a chance to win the game to like I think it was game 1, and J.R. Smith passes the ball not to LeBron, and he had like a wide open shot, and he's like, what? And that was like the beginning of the end.
Right. He's like, what?
Yeah.
What are we doing? Sounds like somebody had heard the final script before the other person.
Right. Exactly. So this was like really very astute. Very astute. He's like towards the end of his rope. He can't do it anymore. He won in 2016. He loses 2 years in a row in the finals, like in a devastating fashion. I think he realizes he's like, he can't do it alone anymore. Mm-hmm. And he's like, I'm ready to get out of here. I can't keep losing to Steph and Kevin Durant in the finals. I can't keep doing it. It's really bad. So he thinks it's okay. He thinks he won his chip, so he can leave.
Good.
LeBron makes 8 straight finals. For the Heat, 4 years. Cavs 4 years.
Oh.
He goes to the finals 8 years in a row. Lucas.
Oh my God.
Loss, win, loss, win, loss. Okay, so he is, 3-5? He's 3-5 in finals, which is not great.
That's what he's losing.
But it was never enough. He always needed more. Goes off to LA. He's done with Cavs. He's done with trying his hardest to carry a team himself.
Yeah.
He's done with it.
Yeah. He looks foreign in that outfit.
Yeah.
From that costume he's wearing there.
Yeah.
It doesn't look right on him.
I agree. I was mad when he went to LA. Very mad. Because I was like, why are you going to LA? There was also no reason. There was no one there for him to play with. Yeah.
Oh, it just seemed kind of random.
It wasn't until his second season with LA that they bring in another guy.
Okay.
Anthony Davis. And so then, but that was COVID, and they go to the bubble,
Right.
and LeBron wins his 4th championship.
Oh, he does?
Yes. But here's the thing. People don't count it.
Because it was COVID?
Yeah. And it was in a bubble. No fans. No, like, they were in a gym. So he wins his 4th championship, his last championship as of now.
Oh, okay.
So he has 4 total championships. He wins this one in the bubble. People are like, people don't count it. And so people don't really talk about this one ever. They talk about his Miami years. They talk about the one in Cleveland against Steph. They talk about those as like, those are his ones. They don't really give a shit about this one.
So do people, we don't care about him very much anymore? Like,
no, we do. He's still like, he is viewed as the greatest player of all time, people say.
Okay.
And there's a huge debate of whether it's Michael Jordan or LeBron.
Okay.
And this is obviously after, for years and years of like, he needs to win as many chips as him to be good. He needs to have all these stats. And stats-wise, LeBron is top in everything. But talking about specifically him ruining basketball.
Yeah.
Okay. Am I boring you?
I don't know, man. It's just like what happened to the game?
Right.
You know, like you're not, dude, you're great. It's
Thanks.
just like LeBron.
Like, okay.
What happened?
Right.
You know, it used to be about loyalty, community,
Right.
brothership.
Right. And if you've noticed one thing about the past 10 years, what's something that has stood out to you?
It's all about him. That's what stood out to me. It's been about him.
Exactly.
Proving something to him, only him.
It's always been him in the finals.
Right. Well, yeah, that's true too.
So, for me, that's not basketball. You're winning every year. Even if you don't win it all. What's happening to the rest of the league? What's going on? Who gives a shit?
I've heard about like
if it's
3
just
teams this whole time.
Right, exactly. And that's my whole point. He made it so you can go to a team and destroy and then just up and leave and not give a shit. You don't care about loyalty. You don't care about your team, your city, the players. You don't care about it. And why would I care if I just know LeBron's going to reach the finals every year?
Yeah.
Why would I give a shit? What does it matter? Right? Who's going to beat him? That must have been demoralizing for players. Unless you're Steph Curry and the Warriors.
Right. Right.
Like, then
Be very
you know
excited.
you can beat them. Okay? But everybody else, it's like, what's the point? I just know that the Cavs or the Heat
Yeah.
are going to beat us.
Yeah.
So why would I give a shit? It didn't matter anymore. Okay? The game in the league was played through trades and free agency. It was no longer played through the draft, where you had to build your team from scratch and try to get the best players. This is him since his championship in 2020, so the past 6 years. So he wins this chip in 2020, eliminated in the first round,
Damn.
missed playoffs,
Damn.
swept in Western Conference Finals, in-season tournament champs. That's something that
What is that?
the NBA created this in-season tournament to make people play harder, basically. It's like get more incentive to make more money or whatever. It's really stupid. It really means nothing except the Knicks won it this year, and that was cool. And
the
then
Knicks.
2024 eliminated in the first round, and last year eliminated in the first round. So really bad for LeBron. Look at the bald
man.
spots.
Yeah.
Just really bad for LeBron.
He's slipping hard.
But he's getting old. He's the oldest player in the league. He's, I think, 40 now, and he is just still playing, still honestly dominating, but like he's on a super-ish team right now. He's with Luka Doncic.
That's crazy. He's 40?
40. The end is near. We all feel it. We're thinking that in the next 2 years he'll probably leave and be done with the game.
And he's still in the Lakers?
Still on the Lakers. Yep.
And didn't they adopt his son or something?
They did. Yes. So he got them to draft his son so that he could play with his son. But now the son is just on the G League team. He just like
Yeah.
But he played with him in a match, and that was like a big deal.
All right.
But it's whatever. But now it's like LeBron is just gimmicks. Like, right? People think they still think people argue he's the best ever. People love LeBron, like absolutely love him. But people never, there's the other side of it. People never forgave him for ring chasing and going to different cities just to win a chip. And they like hate him for that. And so I have a hard time because I really respect him as a player because he really is incredible. But as a person, I'm like, LeBron, what the fuck, dude? For real?
Yeah.
He just kind of annoys me because it's all about him. Always.
Yeah.
So here are my solutions to fixing the harm LeBron has caused.
Wow. Very cool. All right.
There's the Thunder method. Now, the Thunder won the chip last year. They did this thing where they drafted all their players and they got the best draft picks. So now they just have a banging team that they got through the draft. Because they were trading all these people away. They traded Kevin Durant away. They traded James Harden away. They traded Russell Westbrook. And they got these picks in the draft for it.
For high picks.
And so they have this young team now of like guys that are all under 25 years old. And they just won their first chip. And they're that good. They're going to make the finals like for the next like 7 years.
Right.
They're unbelievable. Now, that becomes an issue as well, because it's like, all right, this is a problem because they're this good. But it's the repercussions from LeBron. It's things like he did this. You have to have a super team now. So there's a bunch of trades. So now one team ends up with 1 billion picks. Right. And they're eventually going to have, they had patience. And they were like, we're eventually going to have the best team. And now they do. So it's the patience with the draft. Draft is king. There's a lottery in the draft where every year the bad teams go into a pot and they pick out who's going to be the first one. Get rid of that. That's my thing. Get rid of the lottery. The worst team should get the first pick. That's how it should be. But that's not how it is.
Wait. What is, I don't get the lottery part.
So if you're in the bottom, I think it's bottom like 10 teams or something, your name, the team name gets thrown into a bowl. Sure. And they reach in and they pick out who's getting the first pick.
Oh, so like the 10th worst team could get the best pick.
Correct.
Yeah, it should be opposite that.
Exactly. And then Europe. Europe players are the league now. They are so goddamn good.
Really?
They're amazing. They destroy everybody. And so I think having Europe come into play is going to make different teams better. So you don't just have to like have American players to be really good.
Okay. How does that fix the super? Because they're good.
Because you don't have to just use the draft. You can be like, hey, I'm going to go get a Slovakian superstar on my team so we can compete.
Right. Okay.
It expands your crop of guys to pick from. So therefore, oh, bless you. Bless you.
I'm allergic to bullshit, dude.
What?
What is this?
What do you mean?
Are you not a fan?
I am a fan. Of what?
Of LeBron?
Yeah, I kind of. But they're all besties now, don't worry.
Okay, good. Okay, I'll take back what I said. I'm so sorry.
Yeah,
I didn't realize the next one was going to be a hard pick like this.
Right. And they hated each other for years. They played in the finals against each other for 4 years in a row. And LeBron lost 3 times to these guys. Like, LeBron hated them. They hated LeBron. And now they're all besties. They just won a gold medal 2 years ago, all playing the same team. And I kind of love that. I love them together. I love that they're friends now.
I love they're playing on Team USA. That's sick.
They're both not. All 3 of them are no longer like they're dominating personally. Their teams are not dominating anymore. So they're all on different teams. He's on the Rockets now, Lakers. He's still with the Warriors, but it's just not as like he's been everywhere. There was a time when they tried to make a super team in Brooklyn, where it was Kevin Durant, it was James Harden, and Kyrie Irving.
Wow,
who was on Kyrie Irving was with the Cavs. So the 3 of them went to Brooklyn. Failed miserably. All 3 of them were never healthy at the same time. It was really bad because he left the Warriors to go to the Nets, and it was just a whole thing. It became a shit show. And so then there was time for other teams to rise up, which I was like really happy about. And they're kind of living legends now. You know, they're at the end of their careers. They're living legends. They're going to hold these records for a very long time and have these amazing years that they had, and they ran the league for so long. But they're at the end of that.
So all of them are kind of done, even Curry.
Yeah, Curry's like the youngest.
Yeah.
So he's like, still has they're all still amazing. But the thing is, a team is not going to take them really because like they still, all 3 of them want to be the main person. but they're so old that they need to find a way to be the second guy.
Yeah, but they won't do that.
Right.
They're kind of a liability.
Yes.
In that way.
Yeah. And and they're all good enough to be the main guy, but you need help. But yeah, they're all besties now, which to me, it's like, what's the fucking point then? What was the point? We're all best friends now? We're all best friends? Remember when we fucking hated each other? Bring that back. I like rivalry in a sport.
Right. Yeah.
Now this would be if like Jeter and Big Papi just like grabbing dinner together, which I think they have done. But
they have, but I don't want to see it.
No, I don't want to see it.
I don't want to know about that.
Don't show me that. Not as a fan. I don't want to see that.
I want to see them have a public fist fight.
Correct.
That's what I want to see.
That's what I want. Yep.
I want to see them call out each other.
Right.
In interviews.
Yes, me too.
That'd be sick. That's ruin. By the way, that's another ruining thing.
Yeah.
But now we all have to be right. We all have to be friends.
Yeah,
you're ruining the fun.
Kumbaya. Yeah.
So first, you're gonna ruin like every other team having the fun playing the game.
Right.
Now you're gonna ruin whatever makes you good.
Right.
To watch.
Yes.
So now we have nothing.
Exactly.
I see where your head's at.
Exactly.
I see.
It's really bad.
We have nothing.
So, my question to you, Lucas, is: do you think that LeBron James ruined basketball?
Yes, definitely. And I'll say this: I've tried to get into watching basketball before. Mm-hmm. I have given it an honest shot. I really have. The Knicks. Yeah. You know, who doesn't want to love the Knicks?
Right. Of course.
You know, I tried in high school. Mm-hmm. I started watching Knicks games. We got the package. Yeah. And then I just kept going. Yeah. We're losing. Right. Nobody's trying. Mm-hmm. Nobody cares.
Right. That was the feeling in the entire league.
There was a certain there was lifelessness missing.
Yes. Unless you were a fan of them, you were a dead person. I kind of like to relate it to a like major monopoly. They had literally like a monopoly on the league. Nobody could beat them.
All the mom and pop shops getting shut down.
Exactly.
They couldn't keep up with the low prices.
Exactly.
Yeah.
You think that he definitely ruined basketball?
Definitely, then.
A+.
Absolutely.
A+. Dude, do you have any final questions for me?
I have a couple, actually, yeah.
Sure, of course.
What do you think would have happened if, during the decision in 2010, when he chose to go to the Miami Heat, if he had chosen to go elsewhere? What if he had joined the Knicks? Isn't that where Carmelo Anthony went?
That was where Carmelo Anthony went.
What if he had joined Carmelo Anthony?
I think they would have won 5 championships together.
Really?
I think they would have destroyed. I do.
Okay.
Yeah.
I think they have great chemistry.
Especially with peak Amari Stoudemire at center, they would have crushed.
Would
I'm not kidding.
Would it have still ruined basketball?
Yes. The same thing would have happened, but it would have been the Knicks instead of the Heat.
Right. Okay. Next question.
Yeah.
Did people not have this feeling when Michael Jordan was playing?
So I think so. I assume they hated his guts because he kept winning all the time. But I'm not sure. I feel like things were closer back then. The gap was smaller. Even though they kept winning, it was a smaller like point differential.
Right. It wasn't like hopeless.
Right. Like, yeah. So I think that, and he spent a lot of time losing before he started winning, Michael Jordan.
Right.
But then he was just dominant from there. So yeah, I'm sure people felt that way.
Okay.
People were like, "Fuck the Bulls." Like, I don't want to. Like, who cares? You know.
Like, who cares?
Very possible. However, I just think it was like, this is different to me.
That makes sense.
And also, I lived through this.
Right. Yeah. You knew. You could see it personally.
Yeah.
Okay. Same sport, different time.
Okay.
Do you think people feel the same way about Tom Brady?
For sure. People always are comparing the two of them.
Really?
Yes.
As both having ruined their sport.
Right. Yeah. But Tom Brady, I feel like, was different. He stayed until he eventually, at the end of his career, left. But like, he was on the same team for like 20 years. So, like, very different from LeBron. LeBron ring chased.
Right.
Tom Brady did not.
Tom Brady kissed his kids.
Correct.
Is LeBron James your favorite player?
No.
Who is your favorite player?
Carmelo Anthony. And that has nothing to do with this.
So that has nothing to do with your
no bias whatsoever.
Okay.
He was screwed.
Why Carmelo? Because you love the Knicks?
No, because he won Syracuse a national championship.
And I have that written down, and I knew that was going to be the answer. He played 1 year of college basketball, and he won for Syracuse, their only win. Mm-hmm. Carmelo had better stats than LeBron James year one. Mm-hmm. Did he often have better stats than LeBron James? And
yes.
Got slept on?
Yes. But especially in those early years.
Okay, but later on, not as much.
Yes. There was like a game, which I think LeBron's had something like this, but like when Melo was in New York, he was the guy in New York. And so he was like, his stats were crazy because he just was the person scoring. Right. Whereas LeBron had help in like Miami. And
would you compare LeBron James to Anakin Skywalker? And can I give you some points for the comparison?
Yeah.
Far too early, he was called the Chosen One. Mm-hmm. He said he would save the game.
Right.
And he ruined it.
Mm-hmm.
He was faced with a decision from people he thought he trusted.
Yep.
And he left the good side for the Miami Heat.
Yeah.
Which famously has a black and red color scheme.
Yeah. And he had the dark mask on.
And he took... Right, and the mask, and the dark mask, right? Yeah. And he takes over the league.
Yep.
And then in final moments, he realizes his error and he comes back home. Mm-hmm. And he gets one win and then is lost forever.
Yeah.
Basically.
Yeah. I would... Actually, yes, I would. I would relate it a lot to Anakin.
Okay. Okay. Great.
He is kind of Darth Vader in a way.
I think he... Yeah.
I mean, look at him. Can't believe this is my life. But so, that's how LeBron ruined basketball.
Oh, man. That sucks, LeBron.
Yeah.
I'm upset about that. And it's still ruined right now, right?
Yes.
Who's the best super team right now?
Ooh, the Thunder.
The Thunder still?
Yeah. But super teams are kind of obsolete nowadays.
Why is that?
Money-wise, mainly. Getting like 3 superstars is incredibly expensive, and teams don't have that.
Sure.
Especially small market teams. So like, it's much harder. It's usually now you have 2 superstars on your team,
right?
And you hope for the best, and you try to get the best like supporting players around them.
Right. Okay. So like I think if I could finish on a point,
yeah,
you would say that as opposed to it all being about one person, they should maybe reform that into we're all in this together.
I like the sound of that. Yeah, I think I would. I think they should be all in this together.
Do you think we could get in a gymnasium and talk about it more?
Yeah, you want to go shoot some hoops?
Sure.
All right.